And welcome into the post-game show here. Jill Reisig alongside the winning coach, J.W. Kieckhefer. Coach, set one, boy oh boy, that went the full length, went extras, and then you just kind of hunkered down sets two all the way through and finished it strong. Talk me through a huge victory, first loss to Loris.
Yeah, boy, really proud of our unit and how we battled together as a team. And when you got a young group, you got to really find ways to get them to be calm and believe in themselves and push as a unit, because this type of volleyball is different. Corey Mayotte and Dorian Fiorenza are different. They are unique. I guess they're not one of one because they're both in the same team, but my God, are they really elite at what they do?
Yeah.
And so they're athletes for sure, and that's what makes them elite, but their mental game has been incredible this year. Their ability to play together as a unit this year has been really impressive from that side of the net. And I think early in our season, we kind of blinked a little bit in big moments, and we took some nervy swings, and they went out of bounds. And today we believed in ourselves. We believed we could do it from point one, and that 26-24 first set could have gone our way. Yeah. And then we didn't blink, we didn't freak out. We stayed calm under pressure. And when a young team that's as talented as we are learns how to do that, it's going to be a lot of fun from here on out. So we learned a big lesson over the year, and proud it paid off tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Coach, so coming into today's game, you knew it would be a tough matchup to take on an undefeated team, and you talked about how you got your guys to just stay calm and not blink, but how specifically, physically and mentally, did you allow your players to come in with that mindset and just keep them calm?
Yeah, I think it starts with a really good scout. You have to really have a good belief and know what the other team's doing at a high level. And so I thought our scout was good today. And it's just they played the different style of volleyball than we're used to playing. And so coaching these guys into understanding what they need to be looking at the right time, and how to communicate in big moments is different. So it's just about giving them the confidence to know where the ball is going to go. Right, and then when they make their blocking move or defensive move, they're not as freaking out. They're not fumbling around. They're calm. They're consistent. Their hands are in the right spot. Their feet are in the right spot, and they can just trust it more. So yeah, you're just thinking about making sure you communicate as calmly as you possibly can, and then trying to give them something where their minds can stay calm and confident with it. If they know where the ball is going, that's usually a big help.
Yeah, and you had so many great players tonight really show their skills that they have, and especially David Marcus. He came back recently, and last week against the Win, you got a little bit emotional talking about him.
Yeah.
And Gene McNulty, 3,000 career assists because of last week's win over Illinois Wesleyan. How does having those kind of players like Gene and David, how do you feel with your confidence and being able to be calm, and in big matchups like this, how does those guys affect your confidence levels?
Yeah, and I think it goes back to Mitch Geiger and Keegan Brummett today as well from that senior class. Mitch Geiger goes on a, set 3, we go on an 8-point run off his serve to start the third set, and it just gets this team alive and going. He's an elite athlete, and he'd like to play the front row. He's a pretty good outside the front row too, but he's done a nice job in that roll off the bench where Keegan hitting some picks, and the serve is pretty elite. So, and then Keegan I thought Keegan was awesome today. And it might not have been his best offensive performance he's produced this season, but he kept taking big swings, and they made some good blocks, and we hit some balls out. But he didn't care. He stayed who he is, and that's an aggressive, really strong, pacey attacker. And he hit some bombs there late in the fourth set because of his belief in himself. That matters. It does matter. His ability to rise to a moment and just keep taking swings. It made it go down before. Just keep taking swings. We talk a lot about Gene and David throughout their careers. David, got a lot of this season taken away from him, which is unfortunate, but somebody who started every minute of his career. And then Gene, 4 years, and started pretty much every minute of his career as well. And what makes those two guys elite is how they compete in every single moment for the guys around them.
Yeah.
It's never about them. It's never about their stats. It's never about what they're doing to help this team win. It's about how we win as a collective and their communication levels to each other and to the guys around them. And what leads to the two banners in here, it's not athleticism, right? Everybody has athletic. In the top 10 of the country, everybody has athleticism.
Yeah.
At that point, it's about how well does your team battle together as a unit? How much do they believe in themselves? How much do they just want to win? and battle through good moments and bad moments. And a tough start, I thought, in set one to keep going. And they're teaching these young guys how to do that. David and Gene are teaching Owen Otto how to do that. Owen started off in a pretty tough way. He might have been negative early. He made a couple errors early, and he ends up hitting 520 today against the number 4 team in the country that's undefeated. With a double, there was a double block in his face every single point, and that's by these seniors teaching him what competing looks like, what it feels like, and how to do it with the collective team around you that cares for you. And so I'm proud of these seniors and how they're making such a drastic impact on this program, and trying to build something, that's for them. So yeah, exciting work from all the seniors, and particularly those two for sure.
Yeah, looking ahead now, you don't want to look too far ahead to next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday the 10th. How do you finish off strong these final 2 games, 1 at home, 1 away?
Yeah, we got to be collective. Road matches in the conference are so tough to win.
Yeah.
So incredibly tough to win. And so North Park just knocked off North Central last week.
Yep.
They are a good volleyball team, and you cannot overlook anybody in this conference.
Yeah, they took a set from Loris.
They took a set from Loris. Like, they had us pretty dead to rights in one of the sets we played against them earlier this year too. So we're focused on that match and that match only. How we're gonna prepare for North Park in a different gym than this arena, obviously, and take it one match at a time. On the marker board right now is 4 matches, 6 practices. Well, it's down to 3 matches and 6 practices left that we have guaranteed. That's it. 3 matches, 6 practices, and taking every day, one step at a time, getting a little bit better. But more importantly, caring about that guy next to you and how he's getting better every day, and how he enjoys himself, and that's what's going to get us through this next couple of weeks into the tournament here.
Sounds great. Well, Coach, congratulations. A huge win today. Rest a little bit. Enjoy Easter tomorrow. Hope the Bunny brings you everything you were asking for and more, and we'll see you in a few days.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you for your time, and go Birds. Happy Easter to the fans out there.
Thanks.
That was head coach J.W. Kieckhefer. Jill, final thoughts on what Coach had to say before we sign off for the evening.
Yeah, I think it's really great how highly Coach J.W. speaks of each and every one of his players. He doesn't have favorites. He really values each and every single one of his players, and as a player with a coach like that, you can't ask for much more. And it's really awesome to see how much he values his team. Yeah, I think the key thing there was 3 games, 6 practices. That's all that's guaranteed. Well, we're guaranteed to be back for some of that. At least we hope so. We'll find out how the Firebirds line up for executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, Allison, Emma, Owen, and Morgan. Great job as always. Best in the CCIW. This program has been a presentation of Carthage College Copyright 2024. Once again, for Jill Reisig, I'm Peter Ferrari. Firebirds hand Loris College and the Dewhawks their first loss of the year, tied first place atop the CCIW standings. Have a good rest of your evening and happy Easter.